this lesson. We'll see when to use the future perfect tense and when to use the future perfect continuous tense. We start with this example. I will build a house. This tense indicates that I have not built a house yet. I will build one in the future, or I plan to build one in the future. Note that in the simple future tense, we use will plus the infinitive form of the main verb. Now, have a look at this sentence. By 2050, I will have built a house. By 2050 is a key phrase here. It indicates I have set a specific time in the future, that is, 2050, for the action of building a house to be complete. So, we use the future perfect tense will have built. So, when do we use the future perfect tense? We use the future perfect tense when we have set a specific time in the future for an action to be complete. How is this tense formed? Let's take the same verb. Will have built. This verb is in the future perfect tense. So, the future perfect tense is formed with will plus have plus the past participle of the main verb. Now, this came from Jane's diary. I will have a good job. I will buy a BMW. I will marry Ralph. Imagine Jane is going to modify her diary. She is going to set a time frame for the things she plans to do when she finishes school. Let's make Jane set a time frame for her to get a good job. Use by 2026 in this first sentence. What should Jane write? By 2026, I will have had a good job. By 2026 is the key phrase here. It indicates that the action of getting a job will be completed in the future, but by this specific time, 2026. So, we use will plus have plus the past participle had. Imagine Jane starts her second sentence with, by the time I am 27. Good. By the time I am 27, I will have bought a BMW. So, the key phrase is, by the time I am 27. The action of buying will be completed in the future, but by the time Jane is 27. So, she uses will plus have plus bought. Now, end her last sentence with by 2031. Let's see. I will have married Ralph by 2031. The key phrase here is by 2031. Jane has used the future perfect tense to show that the act of marrying Ralph will be done by 2031. So, Jane uses will plus have plus the past participle married. Let's see Jane's diary again after she has set a time frame for the things she plans to do after finishing school. Note that in each case, there is a specific time set in the future to complete the action. So, the future perfect tense has been used. Remember, in this tense, we use will plus have plus the past participle of the main verb. You already know about the continuous tenses. How do we form the continuous tenses? Yes, they are all formed with the auxiliary verb to be and a main verb in the present participle form, that is, ending in ing. The continuous tenses describe actions that have been continuous for some time. Now, let's focus on the future perfect continuous tense. First, an example. In December, Leah and Seb will have been doing that business for 1 year. Will have been doing is in the future perfect continuous tense. Let's see why this tense has been used. This sentence indicates that Leah and Seb have started their business. They will continue doing it, and in December, which is future, the duration will be 1 year since they have been continuously doing it. So, we use the future perfect continuous tense, will plus have plus been plus doing. Another example. In January, I will have been practicing yoga for 1 year. Will have been practicing is in the future perfect continuous tense. What does this tense indicate? The action of practicing has already started. I will continue practicing in the future, though I don't know for how long. In January is the point in the future when it will be 1 year since I started practicing yoga. Again, to form this tense, we have used will plus have plus been plus practicing. So, the future perfect continuous tense is used to show that an action has started, maybe now or earlier. The action will continue up until a particular event or time in the future. The duration from the start of the action up till a particular event or time in the future is known. So, how are the future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense different? Let's take an example in each case. Jeremy will have eaten all the food by 4 p.m. Here, the tense used is future perfect tense. The action of eating the food has started. Jeremy will continue to eat in the future, at least during the coming minutes, but to be complete at or before 4 p.m. Now, let's see this sentence. At 4 p.m., Jeremy will have been eating for 1.5 hours. In this example, the tense used is future perfect continuous tense. What does will have been eating indicate? Jeremy has started eating already. He will continue to eat, and so it is related to the future. At 4 p.m., the duration will be 1.5 hours since he started eating. What are the common points between the two tenses? Both have already started. Both are referring to future actions. In the first case, the focus is on when the action is going to be completed, so we use the future perfect tense. In the second sentence, we don't know when the action is going to be completed. The focus is on the duration of the action at 4 p.m. So, we use the future perfect continuous tense. 2 more examples. They will have decorated the hall by 2 p.m. Will have decorated is in the future perfect tense. It indicates the following. They have started the action. They will continue decorating the hall, that is, in future. The time limit set to complete the action is 2 p.m. Now, this sentence. At 2 p.m., they will have been decorating the hall for 6 hours. The verb will have been decorating is in the future perfect continuous tense. It indicates they have already started decorating. They will continue decorating, suggesting future action. At 2 p.m., the duration they have been decorating will be 6 hours. Again, both actions have already started and will continue in the future. In the first case, the focus is on the time when the action will be complete. In the second sentence, the focus is on the duration this action has been going on till a particular time. So remember, both future perfect and future perfect continuous tenses are used to refer to future actions. In both cases, the actions have already started. Both actions will continue in the future. In the future perfect tense, the focus is on the time a future action will be completed, whereas we use the future perfect continuous tense when we want to focus on the duration of a continuous action from the time it started till a particular time in the future. The future perfect tense is formed with will plus have plus the past participle form of the main verb. The future perfect continuous tense consists of will plus have plus been plus the present participle form of the main verb. Let us try an exercise. Use either the future perfect tense or the future perfect continuous tense. What is the answer? Yes. By the time I arrive home, I will have driven for 6 hours. Why is the answer in the future perfect tense, that is, will have driven? This is because the action of driving will be completed over time in the future, that is, when I arrive home. another sentence. Let's see. When my cousin is 30, he will have been working for 15 years. Yes, we use the future perfect continuous tense. And why is this so? We are giving the duration of this continuous action at a specific time in the future. That is, when my cousin is 30. Now, let's do a last one. Which tense do you think is appropriate here? Sandra will have been cooking all day long before the meal is ready. Yes, we use the future perfect continuous tense. We know that Sandra will be cooking continuously. The focus is on the duration of this action, that is, whole day. If you want more practice on this topic, try this exercise in your Grade 9 textbook, Unit 3, page 73, Activity 5C. To end this lesson, let's do a recap. First, the common points between the future perfect and future perfect continuous tenses. Both tenses are used to refer to future actions. In both cases, the actions have already started. Both actions will continue in the future. What's the difference between these two tenses? In the future perfect tense, the focus is on the time future action will be completed. We use the future perfect continuous tense when we want to focus on the duration of a continuous action from the time it started till a particular time in the future. The future perfect tense is formed with will plus have plus the past participle form of the main verb. The future perfect continuous tense consists of will plus have plus been plus the present participle form of the main verb. To see this lesson over again, visit the SSP website. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.